Okay, so I have been talking to a lot of people about the transition into school. I have like friends calling me, and I was just on a podcast about this, and I wanted to hop on and clear up a few things. So, the first thing is yes, we're getting ready for back to school. It's going to be September before we know it. Our kids are going to go back, and we want to get them kind of ready and thinking about school. And as you know, I work with kids who are struggling in school often, or who are not confident about themselves as readers, as writers, as learners. And the main message that I want to get out is that it is summertime, and that contrary to what March of 2020 wanted to tell you, you are not responsible for all of your child's academic learning, but you are responsible, as every parent is, for the kind of temperature in the house. So if you're starting to feel like, which I know some of my friends and my clients are like, oh, let me get them the skills that they need. Let me get a few more worksheets in, or a little bit more learning in, so that they're starting school off on the right foot, especially for your kids who are struggling. What I would like to tell you and give you permission to do is actually the exact opposite. For the next 2 weeks, could you notice their strengths and tell them, hey, I noticed you being really creative. That's it. Just mention it and move on. Could you spend a lot more time together? Something that I've tried doing with my baby in the last 2 weeks is I put away my phone and I just tell her, she's one, I tell her, you have my full attention now. And I just spend kind of 20 minutes with her. You could try that. Just saying it out loud, you have my full attention now, makes a big difference in the attention that you pay with your kids. So noticing their strengths, telling them you have my full attention, and really spending that time together, and allowing for some independence. The way that we build resilience, which is just knowing that you've got your own back, the way that you know that you've got your own back is by doing something on your own and seeing the results. So you try something and it works out, great. Now you know you could do it. You try something and it doesn't work out. Okay, now you see how you act when something doesn't work out, right? So giving your kids opportunities to be independent. All that to say, for the next 2 weeks, I would love for you to try to take all the pressure away from anything to do with schooling. That last worksheet, that last bit of homework, that last, oh my God, I told the teacher that you were going to read for 15 minutes a day and we have not done that. Let me sign a bunch of reading logs, go read for a half hour. All of that is not going to help your kid nearly as much as them going into school thinking, I've got some strengths that I can lean on, as them going into school thinking, I know that I can do hard things and make it to the other side, as them going into school thinking, when something feels tricky, I can lean on my parents. So this is your permission slip, if you need it, to spend the last 2 weeks, and honestly, like the weeks that where school starts too, like very much into September, even into October, just hanging with your kid when you're home, giving them your attention when you can, and not talking to them about tricky moments in school. You can read out loud to them, please do. Read them books and skip the part where you say, oh, what's this word? I know you know it. Skip that part. That part puts all this pressure on them that makes them think, oof, I do know it, or I don't know it. And I want to say it right for my mom, but I'm not sure. All of that inner chatter, we want to kind of release as the school year is starting. So this is your permission slip to let your kids be over the next bunch of weeks and focus on independence, focus on connection, and focus on all of the wonderful strengths that they have. Independence, connection, and strengths. That is the prescription for a successful start to school. And please, not one more worksheet from now until the first day. Okay,